Just swap the headphones over. We'll get Jim mic'd up here. Jim, thanks very much for joining us. First of all, your reaction to another late show. You're still in the FA Trophy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very frustrating that we could give the lads great credit, and we have the last two games, but I still think we made really hard work of today. They were much changed. Obviously played three at the back, which was a surprise to us, and the little bit of dash they had up front caused us a few problems.
Still 5 unbeaten, but are you disappointed with the result today and the performance? Did you feel you could have done better?
I'm not disappointed with the result. The result's normally a product of the performance, and I've just been having a chat with Sam and squaring up, explaining me the decision. It was really disappointing to come off. I thought we struggled in our shape to deal with the right wing back, and I wanted to get Callum on so we could match up shapes with him. And I was really disappointed with the front three. I felt between them they never really played off each other, never really imposed themselves on their back three, and that was all the work we did all week. So we had to shuffle the pack a little bit, and it's nice for Darren to come on. But I was thinking of a few other changes, but I want to try and get Sam in. I felt on Saturday that we certainly lacked that extra midfielder to give us a little bit of width on the left against Chorley, and I wanted to work Sam in. I wanted to try and get his set plays. The last game we played here, the front three combined brilliantly for the first 3 goals, and the 4th, 5th and 6th goals were all Sam Walker's set plays. So Sam's set plays were a little bit disappointing, and because I had to make a sacrifice, somebody in the free, and Jimmy Ball and Gary, I think, will probably provide us with the energy with Bowen or Matty in front of them.
You've obviously spoken to Sam. Were you disappointed with his reaction when he came off? He didn't shake hands, went down the tunnel?
Oh, look, I've done that before. I remember, people might remember those that got a grey hair in this stand will remember me taking my shirt off and throwing at Danny Begara. But people don't really understand the context of that one, because I think I got 10 out of 10 at Cambridge, and Morris Setters come to watch me that day, and Danny moved me from centre half and played me on the right wing. So I can imagine what Morris Setters was thinking. Morris Setters was Jack Charlton's number 2. Yeah. And I thought I'd got a chance here of getting into the Ireland squad, and he goes and plays me in the right wing and told me 45 minutes before the game. So I've never pulled that stunt on the team. I've always prepared my teams. So I can understand Sam's reaction. Look, I said to him I was disappointed for Callum, because Callum didn't deserve that disrespect. But look, it's totally natural and understandable. It's not the first time I've done it on, and he must be thinking, what have I done wrong? And I said to him, look, you didn't do anything wrong. I needed to change tactically, and I wanted to push Scott in to a sort of a more advanced role to stop their player getting on the ball and getting down that side. But generally in the context, we have had a problem down on the left side.
Yes.
You don't have to be a scientist to have a look at go and watch the highlights, and I think in the last 6 or 7 games all our goals have come down that side. I'm not giving away trade secrets to the opposition, but if you dive in and let people get by you, or you let people get them crosses from that side, Kidderminster 2 goals, Ferriby 3 goals, Nuneaton penalty, Darlington foul, and then an own goal. We've got a huge problem that way. That's something that I've been trying to correct behind the scenes, and one of the things we've been looking at is obviously trying to get a left midfielder in there that gives the likes of Scott an easier pass, and allows him to, like I said, protects him a little bit more. And I'm going back to the Preston game. Preston scored 2 goals down that side, and we've been quite weak down that side. So it's a huge problem for us. But I thought I was disappointed also in the front three in terms of their interplay and their ability to cut open. Too many touches, too many dead touches, and they were getting nailed, and they never really combined off each other, and never really caused their back three a problem until late on, when we committed the 4th one, and then we broke behind them and scored. How important was that goal for Darren today? Massive for Darren. I mean, Darren's had a long journey back. Obviously we're disappointed, and he was disappointed in the first 10 games of the season. I think we're struggling with the psychologically and physiologically from the old injury, wanting to get going, and then he picked up an ankle injury that was swelling every time he played. So we took him out, rested him, tried to re-energise him, We've worked him back in slowly but surely.
You've given him time, haven't you? You've allowed him that
I think
time.
we've got to be really patient. He's our player for the next 2 years. Matty and Jason have been very good for us in terms of goals. I think they were disappointing today in terms of combining and creating and getting us up the pitch. But we want Darren to be part of that triangle. I mean, at the moment it's that trinity of players. Bowen's the player, but like I said, Darren, you know, I was joking afterwards. Now we've got a game on Wednesday because of you. But that was really important for him. Look, nobody wants to go to. Who organises a game on a Wednesday? We've got to be more respectful of the fact that there's lots of part-time players here. And we've got to go to Southport on Wednesday and then Brackley on Saturday. And the most important thing for me is 3 points or a very, very strong result at Brackley. But we want to be competitive in this game, and this game was about preparing and ironing out little issues that we had against Boston and Chorley, and we haven't. So a lot more work needs to be done on the training ground in the next couple of days to prepare for Wednesday. And then we have to kind of make sure we look after the players, and we have to trust their professionalism to be in the right frame of mind, the right physical state to go to Brackley and you know, be solid and get something out of it like we've done at Darlington, Nuneaton and Boston. And
I believe some of them had tickets for Phil Collins this Wednesday as well. Disgraceful.
But did they go on to see Phil Collins, or the fact that they look, you know, it's psychological. I mean, it's a Wednesday night game. I don't know why both clubs didn't actually look at it and say, because you do have the option of playing extra time, and nobody asked me my opinion. The sheet was filled in with an X against extra time. Maybe Southport won the gate. But I think if they having us Stockport County fans go to them on Wednesday, it comes at a cost of another 3 points at Tamworth, then they'll be disappointed with that. But it's the nature of the competition. We knew there was going to be a replay. Obviously their home games are on a Wednesday. We have to accept that, and we have to be really, really professional this week and make sure that we're prepared fully for Wednesday, and then go again for on Saturday. We've got a kids game on Wednesday, so we'll have to try and wrap that up early. But like I said, we've all got day jobs and we've all got work to do, but we have to be as professional as possible. The one thing I won't have to do is obviously study the opposition too closely, because we've got a good feel of them now, and they can't add anybody now for Wednesday. But I thought they were much improved from what I've seen in the videos and the previous game. And like I said, they've learnt the lessons that perhaps the likes of Keighren and Chorley and Brackley have done, is that unless you have a solid defence, you're not going to get a platform to win games, and they'll be disappointed they didn't nick the win. They've got the players up front that can score out of nothing, but like I said, we got in behind them and got the goal. And if we're going to take anything really positive about this game, is that we're still in a competition, and Darren Stevenson's off the mark in front of the Keighren.
Just finally, I know you had a word with Kevin Davis, and he must be disappointed 4 minutes away from his first win as a manager, but he's doing it the right way, isn't he? UEFA A licensed coach, and he's coming from the National League North. Is there anything you've been able to pass on in terms of any advice to him about this level?
I think a lot of managers are quite close. We had a good chat during the week regarding players. He's got a hard job there. They've obviously, he's inherited a very good group of players that are not quite performing. He's trying to find the right blend. He's trying to bring his own players in, and it's a club with massive expectations. When you know what their budget is and their ambition, then they'll be disappointed where they are, and they need to get going. And they will be contenders, I'm sure, over the next 12 to 18 months, because they're another team that's going to buy the best players and go full time. So. But at the moment it's a real tough test for him, and he just has to, as I said to him, stick to your principles. You know, you've got some good players and you just need to add a few more, and before you know it you'll be getting the right results. So, but again, they've got a tough game after they play us. They've got a tough game at Tamworth, so we've all got to be mindful of the real prize at the end of the season, which is being in and around the success spots of the playoffs and the promotion.
Well, listen, thanks for joining, especially in a t-shirt. I don't quite know how you've done that. Well done. Top man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.